Here's the leader of the Nationalist Party and also leader of its armies, Generalissimo Chiang Kai-shek. Well, he led the northern expedition reunifying China, at least nominally, by either defeating or co-opting all those warlords there. You can see different colors of where the major warlords were. And previous South China attempts to do this or to secede from China, one or the other, had failed for lack of a proficient military. But Russia changes that. It provides aid, arms, and expertise and structures and things to found the Whampoa Military Academy, which is in Canton or Guangzhou. And that institution is going to educate the officers, both communist and nationalist, who would lead not only this, but some of their Civil War era officers that make this reunification of China possible. But the Russians had a price. Give the nationalists the aid, but the nationalists then have to let the communists into the Nationalist Party. That's what the United Front is. So this all coincides with a bitter succession struggle in Russia. This is the problem with dictatorships. They really don't do succession well. It's why elections are so convenient. Instead, you have Stalin and Trotsky going at it of which one was going to be the big cheese. Stalin is all about socialism in one country. He thinks that Russia ought to focus on its own internal development, whereas Trotsky says, nonsense. We need to focus on world revolution because only if there are sister revolutions abroad can ours survive. So while this is all going on, the Chinese communists really want to get out of that united front. Why? Because it puts them in close proximity to the army, which is controlled by the nationalists, and they're getting worried whether they're about to get killed. And the Russians say, no, it's good. You stay in that united front. So they do. Chiang Kai-shek goes roaring up China. I've shown you the map. He reaches his pretty home base in Shanghai, pause, and he turns his guns on the communists and just massacres them in droves. And this is when Mao has to think of a rural strategy to power because the urban strategy is no longer feasible. Well, once this happens, Stalin can use it to just trounce Trotsky in the internal power struggle because it's, look, see, revolution in one country doesn't work abroad. And a lot of Chinese died, proving Stalin's point.
If you enjoyed this clip, you can watch the full episode here and subscribe for more clips. Thanks.